Denver is the capital of the great state of Colorado, is named after former Kansas Territory Governor James Denver, and is home to over 700,000 people. It's known to many as the Mile High City, as its official elevation actually lies exactly 1 mile above sea level. At that elevation, it's known that your breath will run out a little sooner, and a baseball will fly a little farther. But will snacks taste a little better? Find out right now on You Tried Dat. You Tried Dat. We're off to Denver. I'm Nick Novak with my pals Chad Hancock,
Howdy.
Nick Geiger,
Hello.
and returning for a record-setting third time is Chad's brother, David Hancock. How are you?
Is this the part where I say hello?
Yeah,
I haven't
this is-
figured it
this
out
is
yet.
good.
Yeah, that part.
Okay.
Read
Hello.
the script we sent you.
How many record-setting times do you have to be on before you figure that the fuck out?
You know, it took me like 3 years to figure out YouTube, so a long time.
All
All right, so Dave, you live in Denver now, and how long have you been there? And sort of give us the highlight. What's the highlight of someone if they're going to move to Denver? How would you sell it?
So we've been here a year and a half. I would sell it as it's less expensive than most of the major cities. The outdoor activities here are amazing, and the weather is phenomenal. It's got better winters than most any other city in the country, and much nicer summers too.
Now, what are you defining as better winters?
So we'll get snow, and we get a decent amount, but it's usually gone in about 2 to 3 days. We'll get 6, 8, 12 inches of snow, and then it's in the 60s a few days later for another week or so. And that's just kind of the cycle. Like this January, it was in the 70s the whole month until the last day. So what I define as a nice winter is that you get snow, so you get to enjoy that. It never gets frozen. It never gets black and yucky.
Sure.
And then it's gone. And it's that light powdery stuff. It's not the shovel it and pass out snow.
Right. All right.
So
I'm on
do
board.
the people of Denver do a lot of laundry?
I would assume they do as much as everybody else.
No, haven't you?
Aren't
Novak, you never been to Denver? It's just a bunch of fucking like pig pens walking around there from Charlie Brown.
It's not
Just
Portland.
flies around everybody.
So do you guys, now that we've been locked in our houses for an extended period of time, do you guys find that your laundry loads are less because you are wearing the same sweats around the house, or do you find that you're actually doing more laundry?
Well, I have been wearing the same pair of underwear since the quarantine started. So I'm on 7 weeks, and it has fully molded to the shape of my body. You know, it looks like a Superman pair of tights, complete with, flat in the front, flat in the back, smooth all over, basically, as I am known. No, but I don't know. My laundry habits haven't changed that much because I'm still going out every day, walking the dog and stuff. And so I'm trying to dress in normal clothes, like even on days, like I have a weird work schedule right now and I don't see anybody from my company anymore pretty much. So I work different hours than them, but like I still try to like dress in my normal work clothes just to try to feel a little.
I want to know who the hell
normal.
sees your ass in a pair of underwear and thinks Superman at all.
I wanted to ask if you think Superman's ass should be described as smooth all over. I don't know why that was the descriptor.
Superman has a famously flat ass. When you
It's
think
aerodynamic,
Superman,
man.
you think of two things. You think of glasses, and then you think of flat ass. Those are the two defining
Wait,
characteristics. of
Superman wears glasses?
I mean,
His
when he's
alter
not
ego wears
Superman.
glasses. Superman doesn't wear glasses. No, everyone knows Clark Kent has a big bubble butt, and then he turns into Superman that goes dead flat, and he whips those glasses off.
He goes into that phone booth and shaves half his ass off.
we probably are doing more laundry, but it feels like we're not behind on it at all because we're just constantly doing it now. And it's almost like I'm sick of sitting at my table doing my work, so I'll just get up and do a load of laundry during the day. And so we almost never have to do like giant loads of it. But I am wearing the same like 6 shirts. I don't have to see anyone. I don't turn my cam on. I'm not doing any of that at work. So I'm just, wearing the same like 6 or 7 sweatshirts and just rewashing 2 pairs of jeans and just rewashing that over and over. And the big benefit is I'm not having to do any ironing because I'm not washing any like my dress shirts that I would normally wear for work.
Well, let me ask you guys this question about laundry. Some common things for being a guy. Do you, 1, separate colors and whites? And 2, how long, let's say you have a pair of jeans, how many wears is too many wears? Dave, we'll start with you.
So no, don't separate. Most of my clothes are similar enough colors that's fine. And honestly, modern dyes, they don't really bleed like the old timey dyes used to. And as for any clothes,
like ye old dye of yore used to.
Yes, the old.
They don't
one wear
bleed
is all you
like
get?
a stuck pig.
Back when the bikes had huge front tires. Oh yeah, wear them once, it's in the wash.
What are you doing? Shipping
Actually,
those
don't.
things?
Yeah. No, they're just gross.
He's bleeding stuck pigs all over his jeans.
I am.
What do you do, Superman?
I just wear my flat ass tights all the time. Never get them washed. No, everything. Like, I'm far too lazy to separate whites and colors, and I have barely any whites. Like, basically socks, and that's about it. So just everything in one giant, one load of everything. I do pants twice. So I will wear a pair of pants 2 days in a row before I wash it. But everything else, shirts and everything is one wash. And that's just because, like, I don't really sweat on the parts of my legs that touch the pants. Below the waist, the only place I really sweat is, like, I got a super drippy taint, but that's why I have to wash the underwear. Other than that, good to go.
You said with the one underwear. I'm picturing you in a laundromat, just standing bare-assed facing the washing machine, and people are like, "Who's that dude?" And then some guy goes, "That's Superman."
And then I turn around and take off my glasses, and I go, "And now I'm Clark Kent." I got that
Turn
right?
to the side, and your ass completely disappeared. It was so flat, like, against your body. Like, you just had an ass a minute ago. And you turned back, and you just saw the crack.
Geiger, I heard you wear your jeans like 30 goddamn times before you wash them.
No. I would say, though, I probably go a good week in jeans. I mean, it's just jeans, especially now, because I'm not, like, going to work or leaving the house. It's like, to Chad's point, what did I do? It's not like I'm running a race in these things. I'm just sitting here. So I rotate them out a good week.
You definitely are not running a race, that's for sure.
No. I should probably do it a little more often. I rotate. I mean, everything else gets changed every day. For some reason, I just like find myself grabbing the same pair of jeans off the floor and putting them on because who gives a shit? Yeah.
Your family, maybe?
I mean, whatever. Yeah. I guess.
Geiger,
sure.
Is it true, Geiger, that the only racing you do is racing your porn history every night?
Nah, I do that like once a week too.
Okay. Every time you wash the jeans, you're like, "Oh, I got cum all over these jeans. Time to wash them and clear my porn history."
I'll pick up my laptop off the floor and be like, I'm too lazy. I'll just hit one I've already seen from the history. Just queue it up.
You mostly your top search is like flat asses, right?
I search for superhero porn / flat ass. It's like Superman is going to do anal with somebody, but they just can't find his ass at all. They're like, there's nowhere to put it.
My search history is just Superman that hasn't washed his tights in 3 months.
Yeah.
There's one video.
It's a very specific
Fits that
pornography.
fetish, yes.
And you made it.
And I made it.
The intersection of superhero and laundry porn, and you're the only one standing there.
It's just a selfie video of me just like humming the Superman theme song for 10 minutes. And then that's the whole video. Got 5 million views already somehow.
Now, it's weird though, Novak will say, like, on our softball team, I feel like there's guys who have said they don't wash their jersey during the season, or they won't wash like some of that where you're like, but you're actually like running and sweating in that. That always
Right.
stunned me. But like jeans, like who gives a shit?
Yeah, well, I guess that's one theory.
Who gives
But
a
you're
shit?
also wearing the
People that need
you're
to be
wearing that
around you
softball-
wearing your dirty ass
Right,
jeans.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
who gives a shit.
Okay, mister, the only part of my body that sweats profusely is my taint, but oh, don't worry, that doesn't touch my pants. I somehow hover above it as I sit.
The softball guys are just wearing something for an hour and then also wearing it for another hour to be sweaty. Where your jeans, I presume you're going out in public to restaurants and stuff, right?
No, well, no, not now. I'm just sitting at home. But yeah, the other times I did. So all right, I'll wash them a little more often. I just part of it. I'm just lazy. I don't know part of it.
One wear. I mean, one wear is too much, though. I agree. I've can get more than a one wear out of every pair of pants that I have.
What do you do?
I don't. I mean, at least a couple, like 3 wears. I don't know. Depends on what I do in them. Honestly, Dave looks really disgusted. So now they tell us what the reason you do it. Is it just like a germ thing, or is it because you just like sweat the hell? Like, do you just have a really sweaty lower body?
Dry
No.
taint. The rest of his body is super sweaty.
All my clothes get washed every time. I do admittedly sweat a lot, and I walk to work and I walk a few miles a day on top of that. But even if I didn't, like, it's a hygiene thing. I don't like the smell of clothes that have been worn even once. If I wear it for half a day, it goes in the
I'm gonna
laundry.
mail you my fucking jeans, you Nancy.
What is the cutoff? Like, what is the minimum hours you have to wear something before it's considered dirty? Like, if you try on a pair of pants in the morning and then decide not to wear them, are they dirty?
No, that's fine. That's fine. It depends. Like pants, it's about hour or 2. If I wear a sweater over top something else, it's about 3 or 4.
3 or 4 for the sweater, or 3 or 4 for the pants because you're wearing
3
a
or
sweater?
4 for the sweater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So do you change jeans every 2 hours to keep
No,
them
no,
fresh?
once
then?
a day.
Do you wash your pajamas after every night?
Yeah. I have 12 days worth of
Wow,
pajamas.
Fucking pajamas? Look at the Hancock boys, all fancy.
We got matching pajamas. They say H-cock across the ass.
You guys wear pajamas?
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you wearing pajamas?
I'm wearing pajamas right now. I've been wearing pajamas for every day for 6 weeks.
What do you guys actually wear pajamas? Because for me, it's boxers and a t-shirt.
Oh, it's a pajama top t-shirt. Here, sec.
Yes, model it and ruin it. Oh, yeah.
What's a pajamas?
Plaid-
That's just a
plaid
t-shirt.
pajamas.
It's
Yes.
a regular
Yes.
t-shirt.
Why's your cock hanging out?
Shh.
Have you worn that shirt in public too? Is a regular t-shirt a pajama shirt for you?
So I have pajama shirts and regular t-shirts. This has been demoted to a pajama shirt and
Yeah.
has been for about
I have
3
the
or
same
4 years.
system. I have 2 t-shirts that are in the pajama shirt rotation, 2 pairs of pajama pants. I switch those out every 2 weeks. So I'll wear the same pair of pajamas for 2 weeks. Now I shower before bed. So that I'm like always super clean in my pajamas and then dirty in,
Me too.
in regular clothes. Is that weird?
Yes.
I've also never said pajamas in my life until just a bunch of times now. I always say pajamas, so I don't know why
Pajamas.
it sounds so odd to me.
I have a couple pair of pajama pants I'll wear
PJs.
if I'm cold, or more so where I'll put them on. Like if I get up in the morning, we have like someone staying at our house, like my in-laws, and I don't want to walk around in my boxers like in my kitchen. I'll just put pajama pants on over them. I think the jeans thing partly is because I only have 2 pair of jeans I really feel comfortable wearing to work, and so I just need to buy more jeans as part of it. But I also hate buying clothes, so I don't.
No.
You guys are all night showers?
Morning.
All of you?
I am, but
Oh, morning
I
showers.
used to be. If I had my druthers, I would be a morning shower person. But I have to do night showers because we have a dog.
Let me hear this. Why is this?
No, this is
Because you have
a
a dog.
legit
Right,
this
let's
is a
move
legit
on.
thing. We have a dog. My wife has dog allergies. I can't bring the pollen or the dander into the bed with me. So got to take the shower at night, get clean, so that keep her allergies in check. So it is a legit reason. Also, I can't take that
Okay.
sweaty taint into the bed.
I do it just so like the less I have to do in the morning, the better. I want to be like from usually when I have to get a train to go to work, and it's like wake up, throw clothes on, go to work. Like don't even make eye contact or talk to anyone. I don't want to have to stop to take a shower. Just like roll into my car into the train.
Your kids are like, Daddy, get the fuck out of my way.
Get out of my way. I showered last night. My taint sweat overnight.
All right, let's get into eating some snacks. Dave, why don't you give us the rundown before we eat on where you got these?
Okay. So I got this idea when we were driving home from Colorado Springs and we drove past the bison farm. Like it's on the roadside of this detour we had to take. One of the many times 25 was closed because of construction and an accident. So
fucking 25.
oh, man.
Am I right, bros?
So
man.
we're
25.
We're literally driving through the middle of nowhere, and I see this little sign that says
"Fuck you, 25."
Fucking 25. For the bison farm, looked it up online, tried their jerky, was like, it's great. Then for every year I do the Imager Secret Santa, and this year I picked up a bunch of Hammonds and sent it to this random chick in Australia. Yeah.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Roll that back a little bit. You do
so there's this website called Imager, which is basically a photo hosting website for Reddit.
Right.
And every year, some random person on the website organizes a Secret Santa. So people all over the world, like multiple thousands, sign up. They're assigned someone randomly, and then they send them a Secret Santa gift. So this year, I got some random chick in Australia and sent her a priority mailbox full of Denver-themed stuff, a bunch of Hammond's chocolate bars, stuffed moose in a tin can, a Lego set, and like a beanie and some other stuff like that. So I got the chocolate.
I'll tell you what's really happening here. No, there's one guy in Australia. He's telling people to sign up. A bunch of guys who think they're going to get a hot chick sign up. He sends every one of them the same chick picture. And all have his address. They all send this guy gifts.
He's just rolling in gifts.
Fucking Legos, I wanted a tit pic.
What did you get
this year? I got Santa? Nothing. This year, both of my Secret Santas, the Secret...
You got, nothing?
Yeah, my Secret Santa and the backup Secret Santa both flaked this year. Yeah.
Backup.
So there's a backup system.
This is an elaborate thing.
It is. I also do backup. So if somebody didn't get a gift, then I'll send them a gift as well. So I do 2 every year. But this year, my Secret Santa was this dude in Italy who texted me. He's like, I'm going to send you this thing. I need to confirm some info. Never sent anything. So I hope, maybe he got coronavirus. That's fine. And
Jesus Christ. Right. So what do you spend more time on, Dave? Your Secret Santa Imgur gift or Chad's gift?
Oh, definitely the Secret Santa Imgur gift.
I'm going to send you something. It's in a jar. I've coughed into it.
It is for sure, because Dave, my stepbrother, and I have had for Christmas for the last, I don't know, decade, maybe decade and a half. We literally just exchange $50 Amazon gift cards. Like, no thought into it. Just a round table of $50 Amazon gift cards to each of us. Super easy.
It is
done.
Yeah. So that's how I found out about the Hammonds, and I said I'm going to try that, and I literally bought like 6 different types, and some I really liked and some I did not like. And then I thought this would be a fun podcast. I got to find a third thing. Started scouring the internet for a third Denver snack, and everything kept coming up Oogies, and people seem to really love it out here. So I thought, why not? Ordered every single Oogie's flavor and just picked the one I liked the most.
Well, I'm glad they make a popcorn, and not a cookie, because I
The
would not
Oogie
want to try
cookie?
the Oogie cookie.
Yes.
This is solid because all these things say made in Denver right on it. So this is a real, true Denver episode. We're going to rate these on a 5-point scale. I love that, like that, indifferent to that, dislike that, and Route 25. It's the lowest scale. So.
Fucking I-25.
So let's start out with the popcorn. And as David mentioned, it is Oogie's, and there's a picture of a guy that looks an awful lot like Dave on the front. So,
Hey, Dave, are you Oogie?
No.
Yeah, if you grew out a full mountain man beard and put on those giant sunglasses, you would be like a spitting
I would
image
be,
of this
but
fucking
I would
guy.
not for any reason use non-GMO popcorn. That's just pretentious.
It does say on the back that Oogie was a music act from the 60s and 70s. Have you guys ever heard of this guy?
No.
Or is this a fake story?
No. Yeah, he keeps talking about. It just says Oogie. The way it's written seems like it's kind of a joke, but I can't tell.
Near the height of his popularity, Oogie stunned the world and left the stage, shunning the limelight and disappearing into private life. What?
Yeah, see, hilarious.
This is a hickory smoked Gouda flavor, which sounds very interesting. And props on sending us the biggest bag of food that anyone has ever sent us. It's a full-size store-bought bag of popcorn.
Also, the only size this flavor is available in.
Now, this is your favorite one, Dave, or your least
My favorite.
This bag is the size of a pillow.
This is the size of Clark Kent's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Voluminous.
But Geiger's going at it quite a bit, so yours has become Superman's ass. You can definitely taste the smokiness, which is interesting. I don't think I've ever had a popcorn that sort of had like made it feel like I just had a piece of beef jerky.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's like the popcorn just just came off of the charcoal grill or something.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the reasons I picked this. The other two flavors of theirs I really liked were the Wisconsin cheddar and the spicy nacho cheese. But spicy nacho cheese basically just tasted like someone took Doritos and ground it up on there, but somehow it worked. But this one really, that hickory cheese flavor is really sets it apart.
All right, since you've...
I somehow hope that's the actual recipe, that they're pretending it's like this organic GMO, like this handcrafted popcorn, and they're just smashing up bags of nacho cheese Doritos and dumping it on the popcorn.
All right, Dave, you're going to start. So tell us what your rating is and what you like about it or don't like.
So this one's a really strong like that from me, and I love the flavor. This is the honestly, if I had to only order or have pre-made popcorn of one kind for the rest of my life, I would be okay if it was this. It's just there's this really nice depth of flavor. There's not one type of thing that you can taste the whole time, and the flavor just lingers. It doesn't disappear really quickly, and it has a nice, pleasing, lingering flavor to it. So, yeah, this is my favorite. Very strong like that.
Like that to start. Geiger, what do you think?
I'm with Dave. This is really good. Most smoked food or smoked snacks, right? Like Novak said, I think they just try to smoke feet taste like artificial or something. This tastes actually smoked. It tastes almost like when you drink like a Rausch beer, Dave. You know, like a smoked something or other. It has that kind of flavor to it, and I really like that kind of stuff. And the Gouda is nice. It like sets it off a little bit. I don't love the lingering taste afterward as much as you do probably, but this is good as shit. I actually, I'm going to give this a love dat. I really like this a lot. This is really good. This is really tasty popcorn. I keep wanting to eat more, but I know we have other snacks, so I'm not. But I will definitely handily polish off this bag.
Like and a love. Chad, what do you think?
So this is tough. In general, I don't like popcorn. Now, we just did the Popcornopolis in the last episode, we did the cinnamon toast flavor, which if I had to do over again, I would have given it a love dad instead of a like dad. I highly regret my rating there. But what's done is done. But that's, I think for me, the only kind of popcorn I'm really gonna love is that kind where it's like almost like candy. Popcorn gets stuck in your teeth. I don't particularly love the consistency in general. So it's an uphill battle for popcorn for me. Having said all that, this is a good popcorn. I can't eat a lot of it. I think the smokiness, it becomes overwhelming as it builds up into your mouth. And I just have to sort of like, stop after a little bit. But I appreciate that it is, like Dave said, does have like a lot of depth of flavor to it. It feels like a very sophisticated popcorn, very snooty popcorn. For that reason, I am just going to barely slide it into a like that. It's probably about as good as this kind of popcorn could be.
Okay. I've never, if you told me there's a popcorn with a smoky flavor and you'll taste the smokiness, I don't think I would have been on board, but this is really, really good. The Gouda is great. The smokiness is a great, interesting flavor. It could use maybe a little more salt. Like it could be a little stronger, but the smokiness is good, but not overwhelming. I'm going to go with Geiger on this. I love this popcorn. I'm giving it a
That's my
love
boy.
it. It is really good. So it's unfortunate that it's tough to get out here, but I am a fan. I'm a convert to this, to Oogie's. I'm one of his roadies, or not roadies, one of his, what's the word I'm thinking?
Groupies?
Yes, groupie. I fuck it. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't set up his instruments, right?
And just so you know,
He would have played with this instrument.
everything here I ordered online, and it had it shipped to me before I packaged it up for you guys.
Okay.
All right. So a really strong out of the gate here with 2 likes and 2 loves. It's going to be tough to beat, but the Gunsmoke Bison Jerky is ready for the challenge. We'll save the dessert for last. Now this comes in what's like just like a brown paper bag with a sticker on it, sort of. And it says Gunsmoke Bison Jerky, Black Forest Bison, and a little sticker that says the grand champion of the NBA jerky contest. What's that has to stand for something other than National Basketball Association.
it's just LeBron and Steph Curry just standing up there like flicking off old ladies and stuff.
National Bison Association.
That's awesome. Charles Barkley just housing jerky.
This is preferred by 4 out of 5 power forwards.
This comes in giant flat.
Yeah, so it's
jerky.
not like long thin strips like you normally see in jerky. It's kind of like big ass random pieces. It has a very strong odor when you first open it, which you want from jerky.
If you're used to things like the Oberto gas station grade jerkies and things like that are really soft and fatty, this is completely different because, well, bison's super lean, and this is a much chewier, harder jerky, and it is literally pieces of high-grade bison meat that are turned into jerky.
Yes, this is clearly not your, like Dave said, Jack Slinks type of stuff. It's a little more natural tasting.
Chris Paul wouldn't be caught dead eating Jack Links.
Which would be a funnier competition for the NBA to have? Like a bunch of NBA players just standing around trying different types of jerkies, or a bunch of NBA players trying to outdo each other to be the biggest jerk? Which would you rather watch?
Probably eating jerky. Okay, Geiger, you are leading us off on this one. What do you think of the Gunsmoke Bison Jerky?
I like it. It is definitely, as Dave said, much drier and chewier than a jerky that we might be used to. It's got good flavor. I think this jerky shows good chord awareness. Has a nice step back jumper.
Dunks over all those bitches.
Classic basketball term.
Watch, NBA players. NBA players eating jerky, or NBA players trying to emulate the Jerky Boys and make prank phone calls. All right. It's good. It is real dry. Like, I think I wouldn't be able to eat this without something to drink. Like, I pick when I usually eat jerky, it's like on a road trip or in the car, like, because again, I buy it at a gas station, right? Sometimes I'll take it on that fishing trip we talked about in episodes past. So I think if I had something to drink, this would be fine. It's a little too dry, but it is tasty. I'll give it a low level like that. I like jerky in general. This is flavored well. It's obviously good meat. It's just a little dry that would prohibit it from me being more enthusiastic about it. But a low level like that, this is decent jerky.
All right, like that to start. Chad, you on board?
I am. I think this Bison Jerky totally posterizes the popcorn. I would pick the jerky over the popcorn. I think the flavor of this jerky is outstanding. Like, the aftertaste is great. It's not too spicy. It's very flavorful. My only complaint, and the thing that's going to keep me from giving it a love dat, is that it is just a little too tough. You really, really have to dig in and rip at it to get a bite. It's just a little too much, a little too much work than I actually want to do when I'm eating. Like, what I want to be very passive when I'm
chewing.
Eating. Yeah, chewing's too much. I want stuff to just dissolve into my mouth, so I can just lie back on the couch and just
Big cotton candy fan.
Yeah, exactly. I want to just hold the jerky over my mouth and squeeze it in, like a juice. But this is delicious, so I am going to give it a very strong like that. Is good.
All right, 2 likes. I am on board with you guys. I don't know what's keeping it from a love, really. But one thing I notice is that when I eat this more natural jerky, it makes me realize how shitty store-bought jerky is, and you don't even really think about it until you have the stuff that's of better quality.
Right.
And this is good. I definitely could eat this. I don't mind doing a little bit of like work with my mouth when I eat. That's kind of I have that expectation going in, so it doesn't bother me. I'm gonna here's my wife had left. It is now coming in for more jerky, so she likes it too. I'm gonna triple up on the like that. So if Dave is in line, we may have a welcome visitor. Dave, what do you think?
I loved it. This is I had a package of Oberto after the first time I had one of these bison jerkies from this farm. I'm just like, I ended up giving most of the package to my dog because the bison jerky had spoiled me.
Gordon Ramsay over here. I wouldn't feed this to my dog.
It has absolutely spoiled standard jerky, but I love that. This is the texture after the first bag or two that I had of this stuff didn't bother me anymore. I just kind of expect it to be super hard and chewy, and it's just a different experience. It takes longer to eat, and I find at least that makes it a little bit more filling. It's a better snack. It goes further than something that's easier to chew. And also, I've never had any other kind of jerky that has a flavor close to as good as this is.
Yeah, I agree with that. This is the best tasting jerky I've ever had.
So 3 likes and a love, and still in second place somehow. This is an all-timer of an episode.
It sounds to me, Dave, like you need to stop cursing I-25 and thank your lucky stars that I-25 is such a piece of shit. As we all know, as everyone around the world knows, I-25 is terrible, and you should be thankful or you wouldn't have discovered this.
That's true.
I just think Dave hasn't listened to the podcast enough to know that as a guest, he's supposed to bring up a bunch of shit we hate.
That's what I've always done before.
Didn't get the memo.
He's pulling the anti-Des.
I am redeeming myself for all of that other garbage I've sent you.
All right, it's segment time. This fits a little bit with the basketball theme we're developed here. So years ago, during the NCAA tournament, they had a thing where everyone was wearing the same shirts for each team. Geiger, you may remember this. And it said always what? Do you remember?
Oh shit! I do remember. Now I can't think. Always
be
repping.
Always be repping. All right.
Always be repping.
So everyone had the shirt, but in their colors. So I'm going to talk a little bit about ads here today, about some ads that may have crossed the line a little bit. All right. So you're going to tell me when I tell you what the ad is, were these companies repping? Were they always repping? Or were they misstepping? Did they take a misstep? So your answers can either be repping or misstepping.
What? Did you just see the T-shirt and want to build a segment around it? I'm not following the through line. I got shit for doing a donut quiz about the Simpsons. Now I
the NBA Jerky Association was just a happy accident.
Yeah, you should love this, Geiger. This is right in your line of 38 steps of connectivity to the actual episode.
No, I appreciate it. I just think I'm an underrated.
Yeah, you should appreciate the artistry here that Novak has put on display.
All right, so there's 5 ads here, and you're going to tell me were they repping or were they misstepping. So the first one is a KFC ad, and it has a sandwich, a chicken sandwich with a whole bunch of meats on it, bacon, ham, all kinds of things. And at the top it says, "Try one before you turn vegan." Do you think that is a good advertisement? Was they good repping their meat, or was that a little bit over the line? Let's start with Chad. What do you think?
So the implication there is they think that you try that and then you're going to change your mind about becoming vegan.
Or maybe like turning vegan makes it sound like it could be a bad thing, right?
Well, let's be clear. Turning vegan is a bad thing. So, from that standpoint,
always be chatting.
From that standpoint, I would say that they're repping, but where they're actually misstepping is that KFC is disgusting, and eating KFC.
They're misstepping by starting that company.
Yeah,
huge misstep.
They're misstepping by letting people know they exist.
Well, okay. The last time this is the last time I ate KFC was when the Double Down first came out. You guys remember the Double Down? And I hadn't eaten KFC for a number of years before that, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to try the Double Down just because it's so crazy. And for those that don't know, it's they removed the bun from the sandwich, and it was just 2 pieces of fried chicken with like bacon and some gross sauce and cheese in between. So I went and got it. I took 2 bites, and the only reason I took the second bite was because I couldn't believe that the first bite was as disgusting as it was, and I just had to like verify the evidence, like repeat the experiment, and it was just as gross. KFC is really bad, despite what I
what about the ad itself?
In my youth.
On the ad itself, you think they're repping?
Yeah, I think they're repping.
Dave, do you agree? Think they're repping?
So first, I'm going to talk about the Double Down too. This is the second time in 24 hours that it's come up in conversation. I haven't thought about the sandwich in a decade since it came out. And
was it also Chad texting you at 2 a.m. about Double Down?
Remember that time I got the Double Down 12 years ago?
It was.
We need intro topics. Let's hit up the Double Down.
So it was some rando on Imgur posted a picture where he took a Big Mac.
This just turned into branded content for Imgur.
Did you get a Double Down for your Secret Santa this year? Is that what it was?
Damn, that would have been good.
Sent you a 10-year-old Double Down.
So this dude on Imgur bought a Big Mac and 3 McChickens, and he replaced the Big Mac buns with McChicken patties and posted a picture of it on Imgur. And I commented on there something to the effect of, didn't KFC try that? And some dude said, yeah, it was called the Double Down, and then launched into a story about how he ate a Double Down and got the worst diarrhea he's ever had in his life to date, which is pretty much on brand for the Double Down. And
yep.
But going back to that ad, I would say yes, they were repping in that they were very much on brand for KFC, which is eat meat and be cruel to the birds.
Geiger, reppin' or missteppin'?
All right, a little story about the double.
One time I went to Vegas and played blackjack. I doubled down.
Put that burger on the table.
One time, me and this dude doubled down on a double down. No, I never had it. It looked disgusting. I did have the famous bowl. I will say KFC is famous for their like stunt food, where it's just like a bowl of everything they had laying around in the scrap bin. But no, yeah, they're repping. I mean, it's a clever thing, I think, for a meat-based company to say like, look at the sandwiches, all this meat, ha ha ha, you're not going to want to be vegan. I think to Chad's point, like that's the exact thing that would make someone vegan is eating like a pound of slimy D-grade meat.
Yeah.
But I don't think they crossed a line. Fuck vegans.
So 3 reppins. What it actually this ad makes me think of is the time I went to KFC. It was freezing cold out. I went home. I got under my down comforter, but it was not enough. I needed to more. I needed a. Yeah. I went to our guest room. Got another down comforter.
What'd you call that afterward?
I doubled down. I think I'm going to go with the 4 reppins because nobody who's vegan was ever going to go to KFC in the first place. So
That's
they're
correct.
probably going to make an issue. So the next one is a BK ad, and it's got a picture of a pretty attractive woman in profile with her mouth open and a sandwich moving towards it. A long sandwich, like a hot dog style. And it'll says, it'll blow your mind away. The sandwich is called the BK Super 7-incher. That is the name of the sandwich.
Oh.
And it is and it's just a woman with her mouth open, eyes wide in shock as the sandwich moves towards her. I'm gonna go start and say that BK here was misstepping by naming their sandwich the Super 7-incher. Geiger, do you agree?
So the problem is she's just eating a long sandwich?
Then maybe you don't see a problem.
No, look, if there's a problem here, it's because everyone knows 7 is just ain't big enough, girl. You know what I'm saying? They should have called it the foot long. No, I don't know. 2 feet a limp sandwich. No, I think it's definitely misstepping. That's gross.
Yeah.
No one wants to think about eating a dick when you're eating a burger or whatever it is. Is it a burger?
It's like a roast beef or something like that. It can hardly put on it.
Well, then that's fine. No, that's a little gross. That's probably not necessary. Again, also a thing of like, the people in those ads would never step foot in a Burger King in their entire life.
So, Dave, do you agree with this?
Oh yeah, that's they were misstepping big time. Everything about that, the ad, the presentation of the ad, the idea for the sandwich, the idea for the name, all of it's a huge misstep. Whoever thought of that, somebody above him should have just said, no, I'm just pulling the plug on this right now. Please leave.
Chad, is it 4?
Yeah, it is. But I have to ask a question for that 7-incher. How wet is its taint? That
did the sandwich have a flat ass?
when you first said that, like, oh, the sandwich will blow your brains away, I thought it was going to go in a direction of like she's putting the sandwich in her mouth like a gun, but which also would have been misstepping. Let's be clear.
Jesus, that's dark.
All right, the third one is for a place called Hacienda Mexican Restaurant. And it says, we're like a cult with better Kool-Aid. And then there's a picture of a margarita that says, to die for. All right, we're like a cult with better Kool-Aid. Now, one addition to this. One addition to this is that this was a billboard posted in Jonestown, Indiana, which is site of a bunch of cult suicides.
Was that
Yeah, that's where they literally drank poison Kool-Aid and killed themselves.
Jonestown? Which one? Which
they-
one was that?
That was Jim Jones.
The Jonestown Massacre or something, right? Or...
Jim Jones. Jonestown, where everyone killed themselves, was in Central America.
No,
Oh, you're right.
oh.
I got that.
No, Jonestown, Indiana was
But there was
there was murders there, a massacre. I'm sorry. Oh no, mass suicide.
Mm-hmm.
They told everybody they were going to some higher future, some aliens or something like that. And they all drank Kool-Aid, and that would join them in the afterlife.
Right.
And
Well, that's where this was posted, wherever that would be.
Yeah.
So, Geiger, what do you think? Is that over the line?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they think they're being clever by targeting and like we're gonna be the hot, like we don't care about the edge. Look at us, we're so edgy. Welcome to Hasi Edja restaurant, but fuck it, that's not appropriate. I mean, I don't know how long ago it was, but it's still probably something the town's not proud of, or like, you know, families that still live there that were affected by it. So that's misstepping. Come on, Hasi Edja.
I'll agree with Geiger, and I'll keep it short for the sake of time. I'll say misstepping. Dave, what do you think?
Huge misstep. Honestly, I think that the worst person on 4chan would have been like, "Whoa, calm down, Satan. Let's not do that one."
Chad, you hate cults.
No, I mean it's pretty reppin'. I'm a fan of cults. No, I did go to the Museum of Death in LA, where they have like all these artifacts from like serial killers and stuff that they've acquired over the years, and they have all the bunk beds from the Heaven's Gate cult, or like not all of them, but like a couple of the bunk beds. And I
just say that's a lot of bunk.
Yeah, they had a couple of the bunk beds from the Heaven's Gate cult. So that was messed up. So yeah, misstepping.
All right, the last two might be a little more could go either way. So it's a McDonald's ad with just a picture of fries. That's all it is. It's a picture of fries, and it says tall, blonde, and gorgeous. Is that an okay thing? Chad, why don't you start this one?
I mean, it's okay, but McDonald's, I think they don't understand blonde. Are they saying that the fry cup is the face and the fries are the hair, or that the fries are tall and blonde? Because being blonde doesn't mean that your entire body is yellow. Unless you are like the hairiest blonde motherfucker. Like you are just absolutely like an Aryan bear.
They also call their hamburgers meat. So this is just about as close.
So I'm gonna go misstepping on that one.
Dave, you agree?
I agree. It's a misstep only in that it's not good marketing. It's not offensive. It's just dumb.
Geiger, do
McDonald's, you dumb. You dumb.
Do you agree that it's dumb?
So dumb.
This is as innocuous as can be. Like,
yeah, but it's pretty dumb.
McDonald's. This McDonald's ad rep is just pulling his hair out, going, "You fucking literal assholes! I didn't mean the fries were made of hair. I think everyone knew that. I have nothing wrong with this. It's a dumb ad. It's just like a
hair. That's what I meant.
It's a harmless ad. It's a dumb ad. It's not overstepping any boundaries by calling a fry blonde."
So that you going repping?
They're repping.
I'm going repping too. I have no problem with this ad whatsoever.
I don't give two shits.
All right, the last one is for a wing, or it's for Hooters actually, and it's a Valentine's Day ad.
Hold on, overstepping. I need to know what.
Were you about to call Hooters a wings restaurant?
They're a tits restaurant that also serves food.
It's for a nondescript wings restaurant. I don't know, BW3 or the like.
It has obviously a picture of a woman on it, but anyway, at the top it says, "This Valentine's Day, no ring?" Question mark. It says she's tall, blonde, and gorgeous. Yes. It says, "This Valentine's Day, no ring? Question mark. Give her wings." Do you think that is a good rep for?
Have you failed to propose to your long-suffering girlfriend? Get her some fucking wings from Hooters.
I'm gonna say that
Glitter all over your face.
I'm gonna say that they are repping here because the dudes that go to Hooters might actually think that chicken wings are a decent substitute for a proposal. So, then it says if you buy 10, you get 10 free, which is not a bad deal. So.
You can propose to 2 women.
Dave, what do you think?
So if you had just read me that catchphrase without telling me what it was an ad for, I'd have been like, "What is Red Bull thinking?" But yeah, they're totally repping, and I'm going to disagree with you only on one thing, in that the guys who go to Hooters don't have girlfriends. It's not that they wouldn't propose if they had one; they definitely would. They just don't.
The Hooters girls are their girlfriends.
Chad, what do you think?
I mean, Hooters is bad. Way rather go to Tilted Kilt. No, I've never been to a Tilted Kilt. But I have been to Hooters, and the food there is fucking terrible. And that's a quick way to get a basket of wings thrown in your face. You get down on one knee, you open up the box, and just that fucking stench hits her in the face. But I'm gonna say reppin'. Go Hooters.
Geiger for reppins?
Really, really quick story. My dad used to go to NASCAR races all the time, and he would always give us souvenirs, me and my sisters. And he went, and he claims up and down he had no idea what Hooters was or what it meant. Like, so he got these T-shirts for us from Hooters. We're like 12, 11, and 10, and the back said more than a mouthful. And my mom was furious. And I'm like, oh, this is so cool because like the O's are in the owl's eyes. Like I had no idea. And my mom was just like, I can't believe you did that. He was like, what? I don't get it. And then, like, he claimed that she had to teach him what Hooters was.
What did he
like,
think the back meant?
I thought
more
it
than
was
a mouthful of a mouse that an owl ate or something?
More than a mouthful, it said. I'm sorry. I didn't say that.
He just thought it was the cafeteria at the local zoo.
He was like, what? The chick had huge tits? I got some T-shirts. No. So, no, they're repping. I mean, it's Hooters. If you're dumb enough to be suckered in by that, that's your fault. There's nothing wrong. Like, it's hard to say they're overstepping when their whole scheme is, like, sexualizing everything. It's not like it's overstepping. Their team overstepped. They weren't, like, ever repping at anything. They don't want to sell food. They want to sell breasts and then that you can look at while eating
breasts and wings.
Shitty breasts and wings, the best parts of the chicken. So yeah, they're repping. That's just who.
Before we go to the last one, I have to real quick read 2 ads that I found when I was looking for terrible ads. And one is, they're both video game ads though. One's for something called the 3DFX, which is some kind of computer gaming. And it says there's just a television with the words on it. There are 2 kinds of gamers in this world: the ones who still play on consoles, and the ones who have actually seen breasts. That's it.
Yep.
There's nerds fighting each other.
Yeah. And I promise you it's the other way around.
The last one is an honest to God Sega Genesis ad, which says, it has a hand on a joystick, and it says, I'm going to read you the entire thing. The more you play with it, the harder it gets. That's the lead in. Then there's a copy underneath. It says, you sit there, eyes glued to the writhing arcade quality graphics, pulling and squeezing your knob. Now you're breathing heavily over the digital stereo sound. Now you're shooting all over the place, but it's no use. Game over.
Well, where did this run? Playboy?
It was for some kind of Sega joystick. It was in some kind of like a Mad Magazine type of thing, but Sega actually wrote it. So, yeah.
Dear Penthouse, I bought a Sega Genesis today.
All right, let's eat the last snack. The chocolate biscuit bar. This is our dessert for today. And this is by Hammond's, and that's so. Dave, is Hammond's really popular out there?
Mhm.
While he's chewing, I will say that the first time I played a Sega Genesis is when my balls dropped, I think.
I have been looking so forward to this thing.
I never
for
owned a Sega
days.
Genesis. I still haven't come.
I thought it was when you saw Sharon Elizabeth in American Pie. We established.
I was
that.
watching American Pie on my Sega Genesis somehow.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Hammond's.
so Hammond's is really popular out here, and I heard about them a long time before I ever got to try them. They're only available in stores, at least as far as I know, around Christmas time. But it's like it's the biggest Denver institution of these three things, and I don't know a single person who doesn't like at least one Hammond's bar. Yeah, they fall apart.
So it's interesting
Can I
presentation.
just say this thing looks hilarious?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's like a big cookie with like just 3 chocolate squares on top of it.
Not chocolate.
Not chocolate? I thought it said
Not
It's
chocolate.
called a chocolate biscuit bar.
It is.
How is it not chocolate?
I mean, it's got chocolate on the outside.
It's actually a double down on top.
It's a cookie.
Yeah, it's cream filled.
It's like a cookie with a big piece of fried chicken on it.
Cream-filled chocolate on top of a cookie. So it's a crunchy cookie on the bottom half.
Mhm.
On the top is chocolate around a cream center.
I see.
This time, Chad, why don't you start us this time around? What do you think of this thing?
Why do you keep asking the Hancocks to talk right after we take a bite?
There's no other time.
All right, so I have to preface this by saying I was a little skeptical going in, and let me explain why. When Dave sent this package to me, he included some bonus Hammond's chocolate bars, one of which I still haven't tried yet because we're going to do it on an upcoming episode. But 2 other flavors that I have tried. One of them was a Hammond's peanut butter cup bar, and the other one was a Hammond's, was it like pigs and
Pigs and
chips?
taters.
Pigs and taters. So it had bacon and potato chips in the chocolate bar. I took a bite of the pigs and taters and immediately spit it out. It was disgusting. Like, I don't like bacon and chocolate to begin with, but it was just particularly vile. I also did not like the peanut butter cup bar, which I thought I was going to like because it's a fucking peanut butter cup bar. But I just didn't think the peanut butter was very good, and I didn't think the chocolate was good either. So now that I'm done reviewing snacks that we're not trying on this episode, let me talk about this actual snack. So I was very skeptical going into this because I didn't particularly like, I was not bullish on this Hammond's chocolate after trying these other 2 bars that I thought were both very, like, average to gross bars. This bar is amazing. I think this is so good. This works perfectly for me. The cookie is perfectly crisp. I love the level of sweetness that you get from the cream inside the chocolate. And this chocolate tastes much better than that chocolate that was in that, like, peanut butter cup bar. This thing is an absolute home run for me. The only thing that would make it better was if the biscuit and the chocolate kind of didn't fall apart. But yeah, I think this is delicious. This is an easy love dat for me.
Love to start. Dave, what do you think?
So I'm going to preface this too by talking about snacks that aren't on the podcast.
Attaboy.
I picked up a boatload of different Hammond's bars to try. Dark chocolate toffee, the 2 Chad mentioned, peanut butter and jelly. They also sent me this one for free and the birthday cake flavor for free.
Ooh,
and the reason
Nope.
this is on the podcast is because it was solidly
Fucking
my
nerds.
favorite. And I'll tell you, I never would have picked it up just looking at it, but it is a solid
never.
love dat for me. This is very possibly the best chocolate bar that I've ever had. But I totally agree with Chad about the peanut butter and the pigs and taters. The peanut butter cup was solely underwhelming, and the pigs and taters was not good.
Thanks for sending them to me when you knew that.
Actually, you know.
2 loves.
Yeah.
Geiger, where are you at, Geiger? What do you think?
So before I get into it, I want to talk about Cool Ranch Doritos. They're really good. I like have a nice salty flavor. No,
Have you had the Doritos
this is really-
Locos Taco?
I have.
And have you eaten?
It's not as good as a regular taco.
Have you eaten it with a double down?
No. I went to a KFC and a Taco Bell to get all the shittiest of shit food I could possibly get. No, no, this is really good. The cookie is appropriately crunchy, but yet like not like a rock hard kind of thing. And it's not overpowering, but it complements the candy nicely. Chocolate's really good. The cream is good. I ate the whole thing. So the only thing I'm really trying to decide if it's a like that or a love that. I am unfortunately probably going to put it at a really high level like that. It's very fuck it. You know what I mean? No, I will say I love that. I ate the whole thing without a second thought. It was really tasty. I am going to say love that. It is really good. I'm standing on principle too much. There's no reason.
Novak.
It's not as good as a Cool Ranch. I didn't like the bacon and chip one because I didn't have it. I can't tell you anything else about Hammond's and its entire product line, but this one was tasty.
Novak.
Yes.
Pressure's on, Novak.
All right.
Novak, it's your turn to rate it.
Yes.
First of all, tell us what you think about other snacks.
One of my favorite things to snack on, chips. I eat them while I play video games. One of my favorite video games, Contra. The famous code in that, I forget, it was up.
Down,
wait,
down.
what's next?
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
Down. That's right. Double down.
I can't believe we walked into that.
As soon as he said up, I'm like, he knows what it is. Oh, I see. So, well done. That was well done.
They bit.
Oh, Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
All the things you guys said are true. The cookie part is delicious. It's a nice compliment.
Uh-oh.
The chocolate part, everyone's shaking their heads. The chocolate part is good. The cream is good. I like cream inside of chocolate. But here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Here's the thing, guys. Woof woof. We have our first basket of puppies. It's delicious. It's delicious and hits on all notes. I wish it had stayed together easier, didn't fall apart, but all the flavors are spot on, and she doesn't come in a pretty package, but hits right on the note there.
Yes, that's what I wanted.
The first David celebrates.
If you had told me that popcorn was not going to win after it got, what, 3 loves and a like or something?
Two loves, 2 likes.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
This is our most positive episode ever, I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think some of it has to do with that someone purposely tried to get good snacks.
Did a lot of
Something
we've
research.
never done.
They went to a roadside stand and didn't buy the candy with fucking ants in it. But
It's like you're trying to ruin our podcast.
Yeah, so please, if you can get your hands on the Hammond's chocolate biscuit bar, audience, that's the one you want to get. Geiger, where can people contact us?
Yep, you can get a hold of us at youtrydat@gmail.com. Also on Instagram, You Tried Dat. Hashtag You Tried Dat on Twitter. We have a You Tried Dat group on Facebook. We are on YouTube, everywhere else that you would normally download podcasts. Leave us a review. Let us know what you think. Make a suggestion for a snack. Ask us a mailbag question. Star us up if you like. Don't give us a double down review. Give us a good one. And if any of you are near Denver or have any ability to be near Denver, hop on I-25, suffer through what is apparently a litany of challenges, and then stop at this roadside inn and buy any food from there because it's apparently astounding. So,
So Dave, you must feel pretty accomplished, huh?
I am. I was really hopeful that one of these would get 3 love dats. I thought it might be the Bison Jerky, but I was really glad that it was the Hammonds because that's a fantastic bar.
And boys, now that the first one's out of the way, what do you think? Is there a weight? Has a weight been lifted?
Absolutely. Let's just let those puppies fucking roll off the assembly line. Next week, Reese's Cup, Peanut butter M&Ms. Let's do all the classics.
Well, I'm just glad. I feel glad that I didn't hold it up. I was real wavering, but
Yeah.
I knew I was going to say love that, and so
I was
when
trying
you
to
were
read your
saying
face
high
too.
level,
I couldn't tell.
like,
I'm like, ah.
If you Geiger, if you had stuck with like that would have been the all-time Geiger. You fucked up. Like it would have been the loudest you fucked up I've ever shouted.
well, that'll do it. The first basket of puppies, if it's anything like our first flaming bag, the second and third fell very quickly after that. So hopefully many more great snacks to come. But we want to thank you, Dave, for getting us these snacks and for coming on with us today.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
This was fun.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, but we'll be back next time. We'll be trying out 3 brand new snacks.
Deuces.
Yep.